Well, I'm about to call McDonald's and complain because our food was nasty. We sat in drive-thru for 15 minutes and everybody, was getting their food and leaving stuff, and there's no reason that our food should not be hot. When the traffic moves and you're cooking it fresh, if you're cooking it fresh, your food should be hot. So I'm about to call.
Glasgow McDonald's.
Yeah, is this a manager?
Who?
A manager.
Yeah, you're speaking to one.
Okay, we just came through there probably about 10, 15 minutes ago. And we had got home and our food was nasty. It's cold, the fries are cold, her Coke was nasty. My Coke was just fine, but I got Diet Dr. Pepper, and she went ahead and ate her McRib, and it was cold. And she asked me if my food was cold, and I said, well, it's kind of warm, but it's not too bad. So, it's pretty horrible. Especially, I sat in drive-thru for 15 minutes, and you all are, like, booking. That food should always be hot. There should be no reason why it would be cold.
Okay, can I get your name?
Yes, Joshua, Joshua, Trailer, Traylor.
Okay, so how many fries you have?
I had 2 fries, medium and large. And she had McRib, and she said the onions taste like bleach, so I don't know what was going on there, but she said her McRib was cold, and I had the buttermilk crispy chicken sandwich, and it's warm. I haven't ate it yet, but it's warm. I mean, I'm not too big of a picky, I'm not picky at that, but, I should have fresh fries.
Okay. So you just want a McRib place, 2 medium fries, and a large fry?
Yeah, I mean, that's fine.
Okay. Alright, we're sorry about that, man. What you can do is at your next convenience, just come up here and we'll place it for you.
Alright, appreciate it, man. Thanks so much.
Yeah, have a good one, man.
You too. See, they replace it, but, that's all they can do. They can't say, there's nothing you can actually say, well, I'm sorry, sorry doesn't cut it. Replacing the food, it's okay, but if I go up to if they're going to replace my food, I want it to be hot. I don't want it to be cold. McDonald's, when I'm sitting 15 minutes in the drive-thru, my food should be hot. It should not be anytime cold. The fries shouldn't be cold. It was packed. And they were packed inside and packed to the drive-thru. So, always, it's best to check your food, but we didn't check our food because we're in a little bit of a hurry getting home and stuff, but we couldn't go back because her Coke was nasty, but we had to be somewhere. And so when you expect to pay for food much as we do at McDonald's is a affordable place, but when you put $15 out, you expect your food to be hot. It doesn't matter if you pay $1. Your food should be hot. Your cheeseburger, it costs $1. It should be hot. It shouldn't be cold. And so always check your food, and don't be afraid to complain. Don't be afraid to call up there, and if you think the manager won't do anything, you go to someone that's over him. If you have to, call the headquarters of McDonald's or wherever you're getting food. Call the headquarters. Don't be afraid. So, as you can see, that call actually went better than I thought. And I'm not trying to get smart with nobody or be hateful, but, I pay $15 for food, and I expect for it to be hot. I expect for it to be fresh. And if you can't cook my food right, then you don't need to be working there. That's how I see it. If Glasgow, Kentucky ruins restaurants, McDonald's is not too bad. It's been here forever. It's not too bad. We have one in the Walmart, which is probably a little bit better. But when a new restaurant comes in, Glasgow ruins restaurants. And we haven't had, not that I know of, we have not had a new one come in since Freddy's. Except there was a Mexican restaurant, but it just changed its name. It wasn't a new restaurant. The owner was new owners, and they changed the name of it. That's all it was, and it was still the same workers there. But it was actually good food. There's some actually good food in Glasgow, but most of them are Mexican restaurants. You know, you go to a Freddy's or you go to Captain D's. Captain D's is pretty good when the right manager's there and the right people's working. But when the right people's not there, they don't care. Freddy's is one of the places that actually a friend actually went there and got a burger through the drive-thru and got home. It was pink. They didn't cook it all the way. So some restaurants don't care. Some people that work in the restaurants don't care. Then you got Colton's, and there's a photo going around Facebook right now that has a picture of a roach and a mouse at that in Colton's. And that was a shock because I figured Colton's would be more apologetic, but they weren't. You know, they give, oh, I'm sorry. That's not good enough. You have a roach on the floor and a mouse at that. So that's nasty. That's really nasty. And these managers need to learn how to be a manager and take care of issues like that. If not, if they don't know how to take care of the issue, then they ought to be working there. Be a manager. Take care of your employees. You know, I'm not in a manager position or anything. I've never been a manager in my life. I don't really care. But if I was, I would make sure that my employees were doing their job. If they ain't doing their job, they can leave. Or I can fire them. They can do it, or they won't be working there. People wouldn't like me as a manager because I would just tell it like it is. Shoney's is probably about the worst restaurant in Glasgow. Shoney's is just nasty at times. Their bar is nasty. They don't keep it up. Especially when I'm there. They don't keep it up. And I'm a pretty big dude. I like to eat. I like my food hot. And I like it fresh. And Shoney's is just horrible. My dad doesn't even go there because of the service. The service and the people don't care. That's probably another one that's probably got a worse manager in there. See, when you become a manager, you take care of your employees, you take care of the restaurant, you make it like you're running it, like you want to eat there. You want to make it to the point where it's supposed to be good. You know, if I'm going to be working somewhere and it's a restaurant, I will want to cook the food, and I will want, in my mind, how I will want to eat it. But some managers don't care. They don't care what the customers get, and they don't care what complaints they get. They just don't care. And we got people like that today in the world. They don't care. They don't want to do their job. Stop doing what you're doing and run the business, run your employees like you're supposed to. That's all you have to do is run your employees like you're supposed to. Make sure they're doing their job. Make sure you're doing your correct job. If you can't do it, then don't do it. And I'm pretty sure this video will get shared and everything else. I don't care because I'm telling the truth. Glasgow ruins restaurants. They always have ruined restaurants from the day that I got here, which was in 2004. So that was 23 years ago. 23 years ago I arrived in Glasgow. And they've always ruined restaurants since then. It's probably before then. I would love to see a Steak and Shake come in. But guess what? It'd probably be a bad idea because they will ruin it. The food would be cold. It'd have bad service. It's like they get a job, but they don't want to do their job. Why do you have a job if you ain't going to do it? You shouldn't be there. And so, you know, the best restaurants I know of, there's a Mexican restaurant on East Main. It's really good. It's very affordable. It's by Walgreens. I don't know the name of it at the moment because it's not on top of my head. Los Mariachis. Los Mariachis is a good restaurant to go to. The one on the hill by Wendy's, Masalan, it's actually decent. It used to be better, but the last time we were there, it just wasn't that great, to be honest. I guess it depends. It really depends on what day you go and what time you go. But it doesn't matter what time or what day you go. The food should be the same. It should always be fresh. Little Caesars, we had one in Kmart. It shut down. They closed it, and they built one on Cherry Street. And Little Caesars is pretty good. But here's the thing. Their crazy bread, I don't care what your manual says. Louisville, Kentucky, their Little Caesars knows how to cook crazy bread. And it's cooked like it's supposed to be cooked. Not brown. Not burnt on the bottom. It's actually a little bit doughy. And that's how it's always been for the past years that I've ate it in Louisville. I was born in Louisville. And they cook it just like it's supposed to be cooked. Glasgow would rather cook it like they want to cook it. And they said, well, the manual says it's supposed to be golden brown. I don't care what the manual says. That ain't how Little Caesars cooks it. And it should never be cooked golden brown or burnt on the bottom of it. It should be cooked like it's supposed to be cooked. And when they first came, Little Caesars first came and they cooked the crazy bread, it was awesome. I loved it. But I knew that when the head, they had the main people there working that came down and was teaching how the others do it. But I knew what would happen when they were late, when they left. Glasgow, people coming from Glasgow and working there just ruin the restaurant. That's basically what they done. Sometimes their pizzas are nasty. They've been sitting forever. They give you a pizza that's been sitting 2.5, 3 hours in that little warmer. That's just nasty. And we have people here that can't afford food, that are slightly homeless, or there's actually probably homeless people in Glasgow. I don't know where they are, but I was going to Little Caesars one night to order a pizza and was getting time almost closed. They had a stack, a big giant stack of pizzas and crazy bread and sauce, and they were all throwing it away. Why can't you give it to the homeless? Give it to somebody that's going to eat it. Take it home. Do something with it. Call someone. I don't know why your policy is, well, we got to throw it away. That's our policy. No, what you need to do is give it to the homeless. Give it to people that needs it, wants it. I'm not here saying give it to somebody like me, because that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying give it to somebody that's hungry. If they're hungry, give them the pizza. Don't charge them. Don't charge them half price. Say, you know what? We're about to throw these away. Do you want pizza? I'm pretty sure a lot of people say yes. Because they're hungry. They're hungry. They want to eat. And so you got Wendy's. Wendy's is actually decent. They got some decent workers there. I've not really had bad food from Wendy's, to be honest. Arby's. Arby's is good. They have a good manager there. When you have good managers, those managers actually tell their workers, hey, this is how it's supposed to be fixed, and this is how it's going to be fixed. We got bad food at Rowley's not long ago. My dad had got food for us. He came over. We were watching, it was when Cleveland Indians were playing. We were watching a baseball game, and he got some food. He came over. We had a good time, but the food wasn't great. That was the worst food I ever got from Rowley's. It was about 3 weeks ago. And I'm not going to say this guy's name, but there's a young guy that works there. I was talking to a customer that knew him, and said she said he will fix your food like it's supposed to be. And it's exactly what he did, because the manager said, you come up here, write my name on the receipt, and I'll give you a replacement. The manager wasn't there when I got there, but that guy was there. Those 2 young guys were there. And that one guy actually fixed the food like it was in the pictures. He fixed my triple cheeseburger, which I tried one of the triple cheeseburgers, and it was cold when I first got it. But when he replaced it, it was just like the picture, and it was hot, way it's supposed to be. People like him are very hard to find, and restaurants and managers need to keep people like him on the staff the best that they can. If he wants a small raise after 6 months and he's going to leave because he can go to another job and make a lot more money, you better give him that raise, because you ain't going to find people like him much around in restaurants. It's the best thing to take care of your employees like him, because they deserve it. They deserve raises. Not these lazy ones that wants to give crappy food to people. They don't deserve anything. What they deserve is to be fired for not doing their job. That's exactly what they deserve. You know, I can go through every restaurant in Glasgow and tell you something about every restaurant. And if you leave a comment below, and if that's what you want me to do, I'll do exactly what you want me to do. But you gotta leave a comment below. Let me know that you want me to do that. Because there's a lot of places in Glasgow that is got bad food, have bad service. And I'm not afraid to tell you that that's bad food, because you never know. One day you might get food poisoning, or because of something went wrong, because the employees don't care. I'm here to protect you from bad food, from bad service. You know, I leave a lot of reviews on Google. I am known as a local guide, and I'm level 6, about to be level 7, because I leave a lot of reviews. A lot. And they will affect your business. When people go on there looking through maps, and they go look for restaurants in Glasgow, and they start reading the reviews, and they see mine, and if it's a bad review because you serve me bad food, it's a guarantee they're not going to show up at your restaurant. So this is a warning. Fix your food like it's supposed to be fixed. Make sure it's hot, because people don't want cold food unless they're buying a salad or something. And like Zachaby's, they actually serve fresh food. Their food is always good. Their chicken's always good. I've never had anything bad from there. No cold food. Their fried mushrooms, which are really good, spicy mushrooms are really good. They're always hot. Their chicken's always hot. Their salads are always good. Their chicken salads, they have, you know, hot chicken on them. You know, it's not cold. And so they know business. They want their customers to come back. And another place in Glasgow that's bad, and it almost varies on time that you go, and they have one of the rudest managers in Glasgow. That's KFC. KFC has a rudest. There's a lady there that works there as a manager, and she is rude. Very rude. And you might see this. You might be the manager of KFC. You need to change your attitude towards your customers. Stop being mean to your customers. Do your job. Make sure your employees are doing their jobs. And make sure that bar in KFC is got fresh food on it. I go in there sometimes, and the potatoes look nasty. The macaroni they give you is nasty. The macaroni's no longer in the bars I know of. You have to go get it. Get samples. Like, they give you a little cup full. There's a lot of stuff in on the bar. You have to ask for them. I guess people waste it. I'm assuming that's the reason why. I don't know. But sometimes their chicken's horrible. The grilled chicken, I get their grilled chicken. I don't like their fried chicken at all. I love their grilled chicken, because I know it's thoroughly cooked. Because the last time I got fried chicken on that bar, it was nasty. It was ruined. It like it been sitting out forever, and y'all still cooked it. You know how dangerous that is when it comes to chicken, raw chicken, and you let it set out, then you cook it because you don't care. You can make someone very, very sick, and they can die. And, you know, they will be sued. Your restaurant, KFC, will be sued for that. Because they will find out that, you know, that's the last time they ate was chicken that was raw and was been sitting out forever, and y'all cooked it. Because you didn't care about your customers. That's horrible. And the last time I know, that employee was working, that lady, that manager up there, she's rude as can be. I'm sorry, but you're rude. Stop being rude. I don't know where your attitude came from, but you need to lose it. KFC put you there for a manager because you're a good manager and that you were doing your job. You probably worked for it really hard. Then once you became manager, you just stopped. Everything stopped, and you just stopped doing your job. And what you need to be, they need to reevaluate you like every 3 months to make sure you're doing your job. I bet that would get you working like you're supposed to be. If they reevaluated people every 2 or 3 months, that would keep people working like they're supposed to. Especially if that the headquarters comes in unsuspectedly and surprises you one day. That would catch you off guard. So here's the best thing to do. Do your job. Do what KFC, Hardee's, Colton's, Cap'n D's, Freddy's, McDonald's, Arby's, Taco Bell. Taco Bell's another place. They don't care up there. They don't care. They really don't care about their customers. They're always packed. Yes, Taco Bell is always packed. Almost every day is packed in the drive-thru, and it's even packed inside, which usually means they're serving good food. But some days are really bad. Why? Because the manager's not there. It's another manager, probably a woman, because there is a woman manager up there. She's kind of rude. And I know people is going to say, well, you shouldn't be saying that because they're rude. Well, they are. They're rude. People need to know that when you go up there and there's a woman manager there, more likely she's probably not in a good mood. You need to change. People need to change their attitudes towards the customers. Don't be rude to them. You be nice to them. Bite your tongue. Be nice to them. If you be nice to your customers, and I know some customers can be rude. They could be hateful. They might try to say, well, my food's cold, and try to get free food. I understand all of that. But your job as a manager, as an employee, is to be nice to your customers and make sure they are happy. The customer is always right. Whether you agree with that or not, they are always right. Always. So if you want business, if you don't want your head manager firing you, or a headquarters coming in because they're hearing bad things about that restaurant, so they're going to send someone unexpectedly, and you're not going to know it. They're going to catch you off guard. If you don't want that to happen, then do your job. Be nice to people if you're a manager, employee regardless. Be nice to them. Be nice to each other. Love each other. Love your customers. Always be nice to them. Respect them. Because the customer is always right. That is good business. That's the reason why Papa John's gets a lot of business, because the manager there knows, and I know the manager a little bit. I don't know him in a personal level, but I know him because we used to be friends back in the day. But my brother had worked there and all that. But anyways, he knows how to run a business, and that's the reason why he succeeds in what he does. And as long as he's nice, and he always taught us that, when I worked there at one time, he taught us that the customer is always right, no matter what. If you screwed up a pizza and they say you screwed it up, and you did something wrong to it, or you put the wrong topping on it, you were supposed to remake the pizza. That's what he had us to do. And he always told us the customer is always right. And that's the reason why Papa John's is where they are today. They're succeeding in their business. You don't see them changing their name. You don't see them going bankrupt. You don't see them leaving Glasgow. If restaurants would do what the customer wants and play by that and say the customer is always right no matter what we think, the business will succeed. And so all I'm saying is cook fresh food. I don't care if it's 10 minutes for closing. Cook it fresh. The people want fresh food. They don't want something that's been setting in, you know, those warmers for ever and a day. McDonald's sets food in those warmers. I don't know if they have a policy where they have to remove those after so long or not. But I got food at Sonic the other night. Sonic is usually good. It's about 85-90% good at the time, most times. So we went there one night. We got the classic car hops for $2.99. You either get a burger. Excuse me. You either get a burger or you get a foot long, and we got the foot long conies. Excuse me. And so when we got the foot long conies, we got tater tots with cheese. The tater tots with cheese were hot. The lady, we waited forever. We waited for about 15-20 minutes. And I said, I hope this food's fresh as long as I waited. She said, oh yes, it's fresh. We got home. I'm going to tell you something. We got home. And I didn't really pay attention to my coney footlong, but I ate half of that. But when I looked at the hot dog, I stopped eating. And I don't know if this will bring up or not. Okay. I'm going to show you half of my hot dog. That was my hot dog. And it looked like it had been left in the warmer forever. I don't know if they have warmers or whatever they have, but it looked like it was recooked, which is nasty. As you see, I didn't eat it. After I seen that, with half of it, I ate half of it. I was praying, Lord, don't let this make me, make me sick. Because it was nasty. Cassie started eating hers, and she ended up her hot dog was actually cold, and she ended up finding long hair. And so we called up there, and they said they would be gladly to replace our order. And so I went up there, told the lady what went on, and told the manager, said that she would gladly replace my order. And so I even showed her pictures when she came out. I said, I want to show you proof. I said, this is my hot dog. And she said, that is just nasty. She said, she was like, eee, that's just nasty. It is, it's nasty. And some crews, they don't care. When you have this crew that comes on during the day, day crew, then you got the night crew. Sometimes the day crew that you have does not care. They don't care how you fix the food. Now you see that. Would you eat that? Would you want to eat that? If you're at the restaurant and you're the cook and you seen that, how would you feel? I mean, seriously. You should fix the food like you were going to eat it. That's how you should fix the food. And I'm guaranteed there's a lot of people, about 99% of people, saying, I would not eat that. It could be 100%. But there might just be someone out there that said, well, I don't care, I will eat it anyways. But more likely 99% of people would eat that. They would complain. And we did complain. We don't like complaining, but we did. And like I said, I updated my review that day. I had a good review on there for them because their food had actually been good. And I told the people, I said, just make sure you check your food before you leave. Because you don't know what it's going to look like. You don't know how long it's been sitting and all that. It could be cold. And so, the best thing to do, just make sure the food's hot. I know this is a long review of food and from Glasgow, Kentucky. But, I'm letting you know you need to check wherever you are. And don't be afraid to complain. Don't be afraid to stand up and talk to the manager, so I'm not happy. And the best thing for you to do is make me happy. Especially if you want me to come back. If you want me to come back, you need to make me happy. And so, I'm signing out. Signing off. Not signing out. Signing off. And take care. Have a great day. Make sure you check the food. Managers, if you see this in Glasgow, make sure you do your job. Quit being rude to customers. Quit being rude to your employees. Make sure you love one another. You know, take care of one another in there. And please build Glasgow up to where it needs to be. Fresh food is what I want to see in every restaurant here. Every restaurant should have fresh food, should have freshly cooked food, you know, great food. You know, you have great food and fresh food, your customers will come back. Guaranteed. Take care. Peace out.